Good day and welcome to the Sport Rap Show. My name is Jesse Jackson Kauraitha and I will be your host for today, probably giving you the latest sports news within the next 25 minutes or so. And now for the latest on the hit list. As we start off on the hit list, we look at the latest fixtures in terms of what will be happening this weekend. There is indeed a lot that will be happening, and we'll just take you through some of the fixtures. Of course, today on Friday already we have that is the Capricorn Schools Netball League finals at the courts of Windhoek Gymnasium and Trustco United Sports Club. On Friday, 6 quarterfinal ties involve competing ages from 12 to 19, while semi-final matches are also scheduled to take place as well today. And then we move on to Saturday. Of course, there will be big one. It is the UCI African Gravel Bike Championship that will also be taking place on that side. And we have some netball Premier League matches, which is the MTC Netball Premier League matches. We have that is the Namibian Navy playing against Tigers, as well as Unam Ongongo battling against Wanderers, while we have Cougar Tops and Unam Jaguars, as well as Africot Lions against Oshodonjupa Netball, and Namibian Correctional Facility team playing against Eastern Chiefs in that one. Of course, we will also have some big matches on Sunday where the Netball League continues, as well as the Football Premier League with Crystal Palace playing a Nottingham Forest. And now, obviously, a big weekend coming up ahead of rugby. Let's enjoy some of the highlights of last weekend. You need to download it. Yeah, it's all the highlights. Okay, it's fine. Let's just direct to JSP.
Well, viewers, as you guys know, it's another Friday, and your tipsters for the weekend are here once again, trying to make sure that you guys walk away with some money this weekend. And who else better than the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Javon Wilson. How you doing, brother, man?
Very good. Well, considering the week that we had, the 1-0 loss to Arsenal, I mean, you have to pick ourselves up now. Going to London this weekend, away game. Craven Cottage, not going to be an easy fixture. But according to the bet slip, we were just shy of one, which was obviously the United Arsenal game, both teams to score. The other bankers did come through, City, Arsenal, and the likes of the others.
So one thing I can say is your slip was definitely a very good one. And like we told the viewers, always make sure, copy the bet slip, but if you feel like you're not comfortable with the game, you can definitely remove it, mix and match, and try and win some money. From the match that we did watch, Jeff, any positives to take from the game?
Lots of positives.
Okay, can you
lots of positives. Good possession, we had better possession than the Arsenal. We should, especially at home. Attacking-wise, we were unfortunate not to score. A couple of half chances that we could have, Dorgo hitting the post. There could be a question mark around the penalty in the second half.
That's a penalty.
Yeah, exactly. So, but a lot of positives, but it's a must-win. Now, this weekend, Sunday's game is a must-win against Fulham. And then I think we're going away to, we're playing home against Burnley the following week. And then it's the international break, and then we come to the Manchester derby. And so the next two games are crucial, must-win matches for us.
As well as, since you mentioned, when we come back after in September, we also have the mega giveaway that JSB still has to. There's announcements that are coming for the clients, for the customers.
Yeah, with something nice is cooking. As I said, just stay tuned to our social pages on Facebook and on Instagram. The announcement should be made very shortly.
Well, there you have it. Okay, not to dwell on the past too much. We focus on the future. With football, we move forward. To start off with match of the week, Javon, this one is very interesting because the odds for Liverpool to win this game is at 2. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a tough game. I mean, going to Newcastle, St James's Park is never an easy, stadium to collect 3 points from. And obviously with the saga around Isak, it's also not pleasant for the Newcastle, what's happening over there. But yeah, out our match of the week, it's a Sunday game. It's a beautiful fixture to look forward to.
Yes.
In terms of the punter, a lot of betting markets open there. We see what we can. I would probably go with both teams to score. But we'll see what the game has in store for us.
I'm going to go 2-1 for Liverpool or 3-1, but viewers, you have the chance to get yourself some money in free bets. All you have to do is comment your score and tag 3 friends in the comment section and tag JSB as well. And then you can stand a chance, if you get the score correct, of winning yourself some free money that you can use to place your bets. Speaking of bets, this is, I think, where it gets interesting. Javon Wilson, I just want to show you, these are the games that we have this weekend, hey? And there are a couple of good ones. I think the tough one is Spurs and Tottenham, but Spurs, Tajini, your player, Reinders, a good call out from you last weekend, is doing really well. So I think Spurs win that game, but any interesting odds that you find with this weekend?
Yeah, lots actually. If you look at it, the Brentford-Arsenal game is also Aston Villa, pardon, also an interesting fixture there. 3.4 for the Brentford, who have lost a lot of players.
A lot.
Both
Both of the main strikers aren't in contention.
Villa too. Villa, no more Rashford. Asensio's not there either. So that's an interesting game. Arsenal Leeds always have a battle between the two sides. I think that's also one to look forward to. I mean, and the high odds there for the Leeds. And bar that, perhaps Everton and Brighton as well.
Everton and Brighton.
I like Forest. Forest's odds against Palace. I think I'm going to bank a Forest there. With the likes of Eze now joining Arsenal, he will most likely not feature there. So that missing piece could be a positive for the Forest. For the Forest.
Okay, I think I'm going to go for Liverpool-Newcastle. I really like that game. I think Liverpool comfortably beat Newcastle just because Alexander Isak is not there. They don't have that striker who brings that presence. They only have the likes of like wingers who are being converted. We saw with the first game, they tried playing Gordon up in front and it could work, but yeah, with the likes of Van Dijk, it's going to be tough. And now to the moment that you all have been waiting for, our favorite moment, my favorite moment of the show. This is where we get Javon's best slip and my best slip. Jeff, run us through it and tell us what your thoughts were when you're putting this baby together.
Yeah, quick and easy. I left out the United, no heart involved. I think City can definitely clinch it, as you mentioned, Tajani Reinders. I think I'm going to triple captain him in my fantasy this weekend.
Interesting.
Arsenal Leeds, I think Arsenal can continue to pick up points. Forest, as I mentioned before, and I think Sunderland are looking really good with a lot of signings. I think Sunderland can definitely get the win against Burnley.
Okay, that's a good one. Sunderland, I'm going to have to disagree. Sunderland usually struggle with Burnley a lot in the Championship, I've come to notice. But I'm not ruling out the fact that they have so many new players. They also have Premier League proven players with the likes of Adingara from Brighton, I saw. So it's a risky one, but we all know Javon is the guy that always goes for the big odds. Let's have a look at mine. Mine is a bit more reserved. I have 27 odds. I'm probably going to go in with $100 this weekend, but this is the one that I am very confident in. I think Chelsea beat West Ham tonight. West Ham have been looking very poor. And then we have City beating Spurs, but I think both teams will score, so I'm going to go for over 2.5 to keep it safe. Villa are going to beat Brentford, that I confidently believe. United to get past Fulham. Guys, United's odds, you cannot miss those. We are going to beat Fulham at those odds, and I think Cunha might score as well. So there you have it. That's my bet slip. Hopefully you guys can make yourself some money. Combine the bets. Look at what Javon has gone for. Look at what I've gone for. Look at what you think. Combine those three, and then you can make yourself an explosive bet slip. Anything else you'd like to leave our punters with?
No, I just want to wish them nothing but the best for the weekend, and we hope to make a millionaire on Monday.
Well, there you have it, guys. From us here in studios, we'll see you guys again next week. Same time, same place.
And of course, this weekend will be a heavy one in terms of rugby. The coastal side of Kudus facing Grootfontein. Let's just enjoy some of the highlights of the past weekend.
Ja, kom ons kyk bietjie na die hoogtepunte van vandag se wedstryd. Dit was FNB Unam dan hier teen FNB Kudus hier op Jan Wilkens Stadion hier in Walvisbaai wat hulle kragte gemeet het FNB Unam wat onoorwonde die afgelope tye was hier op Jan Wolkers Stadion. Kom ons kyk bietjie wat hierdie hoogtepunte van hierdie wedstryd opgelewer het. Hier vat die tuisspan dan nou ook die veld onder leiding van PJ Walters. Baie jong span, 'n bietjie ou manne weer terug in die geleedere, maar 'n baie jong span tot dusver. Afskop was daar waargeneem deur Brand. Het daar van die middelkolletjie af ons afgeskop. Skeieregter Oscar Lambert het hierdie wedstryd vir ons baie goed gehanteer. Die bal word afgeskop, lekker hoog lig langs het hy hier gegaan. Is Koopman wat daar na die kantlyn opsoek en hier's 'n hanteerfout aan die kant van Unam en Ashton wys net sy Brite spoed en hy gee die bal daar aan. Franco Vries wat hom daar aangee. Michael Koopman wat daar mooi gelak word. Bal is aan uit en dis Jansen wat daar heel eerste gaan kuier met 3 punte daarna vir strafskop. Wat Michael Koopman 3 punte dan op die tellbord sit. Unam het ongenaakbaar in Kudus se gebied aangeval en daar het 'n onderskepping gekom, weer Koopman wat onderskep, maar skeieregter roep hulle terug en Unam het weer 'n geleentheid gehad daar, maar Unam kon toe nou nie punte daar op die tellbord sit nie. Paar meter af van Kudus se doel en af druk hulle vir Unam terug. Ons kan sien daar die telling is 20 punte nadat Koopman, Paulse en Jansen gekeier het, met Koopman wat geslag het met 'n strafdoel en 'n 3 wat hy van homself wat hy ook verdoel het. Unam het alles wat hulle kan gegee het, probeer gee om punte op die tellbord te kry. 5 meter van Kudus se doel en af sit Unam die bal in die lyn staan. Klein wat die bal daar vra van die balmanne. Sit die bal aan die lyn staan. En 'n goeie rolmalbeweging word daar gevorm en Unam is etlike meters daar van die doelgebied. Franco Vries wat die bal baie goed daar steel. Bal is beskikbaar daar agter. Skeieregter sê nee, jy het die bal daar in jou doelgebied het jy hom doodgedruk, so dis 'n 5 meter skrim daar vir Unam. Unam het gekuier omtrent kamp opgesit hier in die halfgebied van Kudus. En sien daar vir Cameron Klaasen wat daar ook sy buiging maak vir die eerste span. Hy was by die tweede span ook, maar hy het hier op plaasvervanger bang het hy nou sy buiging gemaak vir die eerste span. Jare lank wat hy dienswerk doen vir Unam. Bal word daar ingesit 5 meter van Kudus se doellyn af. Skeieregter gee daar strafskop. Unam tik hom vinnig, maar hulle tikkie van die merkie af en die skeieregter sal hulle terugroep en sê manne kom eerder terug, julle moet van die merkie aftik. Julle moet van die merkie aftik. Unam het geleentheid gehad om punt op die tellbord te sit. Hulle verkies weer die skrim. 5 meter af van die doelgebied van Kudus af verkies Unam weer die skrim. En die halftyd telling is dan 20 punte daarna vir Kudus en geen punte daarna vir Unam. Die tweede helfte het Unam ook weer eens omtrent kamp opgesit in die gebied van Kudus, daar word in die lug gehou. En ja, en Unam probeer vir vriend en vaderland probeer hulle, skeieregter sê nee, jy het daar oor die losgemaal geduik, dit moet jy nie doen nie. En die verdediging van Kudus het net gehou om vir Unam buite die doelgebied van Kudus te het. En daar is Kudus se skrimwerk wat heel dag vir Unam 'n kopseer was. Ons sien daar Michael Koopman het ook geskuif van loskakel af na skrimskakel toe en hier sien ons net die Brite spoed van 'n Ashton. Hy klop sy verdedigers klop in die buitekant om en hy klop binne buite en daar gaan kuier hy agter die doellyn. Brite spoed, Plato wat aanlê palle toe. Hy tref hom aan met die regtervoet. Die bal is daar teen die paal en van die paal af slaan hy in en hy sit 2 punte by en dis 27 daar vir Kudus. Hier kom Junam weer met 'n teenaanval. En die verdediging kry hom, skeieregter vat hulle egter terug. Junam is daar 5 meter van Kudus se doelgebied af. Dryf. Wille 3 kry. Skeieregter kan onmoontlik hierdie 3 gee nie. Daar's te veel liggame. Daar sien ons duidelik die bal is nog 'n paar meter van die doellyn af. Bal is beskikbaar. Weereens het Junam geleentheid, soos wat ek sê, hulle het kamp opsit hier in die gebied van Kudus, maar die skrim van Kudus wat hou en daar gaan Junam se kaptein Jansen paar meter van die doellyn af, maar dis Koning wat oor die bal is en vir sy span daar goeie strafskop daar wen. En Junam probeer hier uit hulle gebied uit hardloop. Hulle plaas hulle geweldig onder druk en hulle word daar in besit betrap etlike meters van hulle doellyn af en Kudus gaan sterk vorentoe en Plato gee hom hier agtertoe en dis Williams wat meters van die doellyn af gestuit word. Junam se verdediging wat hou, Plato gee wye aangee na Williams hier op die hoek en dit is net Williams in die doellyn en Williams gaan plaas hom daar oorkant en hy sit dan die punt op die bord en is 32 punte daarna vir Kudus en geen punte vir Junam. Dit is dan ook die eindtelling en waar Kudus dan vir Junam oortuigend dan wen met 32 punte teenoor geen punte.
Of course, there's a lot happening in the Premier League and nobody knows when the league will start. But Cassius Moeti, the Secretary General of the NFA, has spoken about some of the decisions they have made. And after that, it will be Areocha to give us the latest international news. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, it is goodbye.
Moeti, NFA and the clubs met this past Saturday, of course, a meeting that was to deliberate on the future. Well, as the Secretary General of the association, I'm sure there is a league director, which is Austrian and currently not available. So I would just like to hear from Mr. Moeti, in terms of this meeting, how did it go and what were some of the decisions made at this point?
I think what must be clear is this was a meeting at what we call the Chairman's Forum of the Namibia Premier League clubs, Namibia Premier Football League clubs, the 16 clubs. And all the chairpersons and representatives of each of the clubs, 2 per club, came to this Chairman's Forum. And the meeting, Chairman's Forum, didn't take place in quite a while. And it was really a meeting that produced good outcomes. The spirit and the discipline and the conduct of the chairpersons in the meeting was really cordial and respectful, and the matters that they have discussed were very serious matters concerning the Namibia Premier Football League and football in general. Remember, this is the top tier league of the country, and this is the league that attracts a lot of media attention and also the attention of our business community sponsors. So this meeting was necessary, and this meeting created a lot of interactions and engagement. This meeting have accommodated 3 new entrants that were promoted from the nationwide first division into the top tier league. But these newcomers are no strangers to the top tier league because they've been there before, probably under the previous NPL, and they were relegated and they have been out of the top tier league for a while and they came back. So they understand the fire in the top tier league. They understand the cost implications in the top tier league. They understand what it takes to remain there. If you are promoted from the nationwide first division, what you as club owner or the executive committee of the club or the supporters of the club and the community where the team is hailing from, what it takes to make sure that the team remains in there. It's not easy. It's very, very difficult. And I say this from experience. I've been the chairperson of Black Africa, a very successful team. Unfortunately, I don't want to talk about where it is today, but this is really what it means to be in the top tier league. So they have welcomed the 3 new entrants, and they have also, the new ones have also appreciated the current dynamics of the Namibia Premier Football League and appreciated the sentiments of the feeling that the Namibia Premier Football League needs to be independent. Those were also sentiments that were expressed. However, as much as the forum decided to put a committee together that should work on the model to make the Namibia Premier Football League independent, some of the clubs also expressed serious concern about the fears that they don't know what they are going on their own, and that is funding, and that is the leadership and all that. But that would be a problem that the Namibia Premier Football League would deal with going forward. But the NFA is very happy with the outcome, the deliberations that come, and the resolution that they put together to put a committee together and work on the dynamics. And once they are done with it, they will bring it to the office of the General Secretary and then engage the Executive Council, and then that the Executive Council will deliberate on what is on the table and consider all the aspects, that surround that motion, and then
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with golf news. On the PGA, it's a FedEx final tournament, the Tour Championship that started in Atlanta. First round done, it is Russell Henley leading at 9 under par. Good first round for him, and also Scotty Scheffler, the world number 1 and also the points leader on the FedEx table. He's 7 under par, but no points applicable for this tournament now. They play 30 players that qualified for this tournament. They just play for who's winning. There's no FedEx points that's going to be applicable for this tournament now. And they play for all of $10 million US. The total prize money for this tournament is $40 million US, so lots to play for. Other notable players I can mention close to the leaders: 6 under par Colin Morikawa, also Justin Thomas and Robert McIntyre of Scotland. He did well in the previous tournament as well. And then Rory McIlroy, he was 4 under par. So lots to play for. The final round will be played on Sunday. That's a Tour Championship in Atlanta. On to tennis news, a big tournament coming up now. It is on Sunday, it starts. It is the US Open tennis tournament, men and women. And in the singles draw, it's quite interesting who's seeded and who they play in the first round. Men's side, it's Jannik Sinner. He's the number 1 seed. He will play against Viktor Kopriva. And Jannik Sinner was sick in the final in Cincinnati, seems to be recovering. And he'll be fine for the first round. That is on Sunday. And then Carlos Alcaraz, number 2 seed of Spain. Tough first round game for him. He plays against Riley Opelka of the USA, big serving American, and then the 3rd seed is Alexander Zverev. In the women's side of the draw, it is number 1 seed Aryna Sabalenka. She's got Rebecca Masavana that she plays in the first round. Number 2 seed Iga Swiatek, the Wimbledon winner, and then Coco Gauff. She will be the favorite of the American crowd. She's from America. She's number 3 seed. So exciting tournament. It is the US Open that starts on Sunday. It will go on for two weeks in New York at Flushing Meadows. To close off today's international sports news, it is rugby news. The Rugby World Cup for Women 2025 starts. That is on Friday, and it is England, the host, that will play against the USA in the first game. That game will be played at the Stadium of Light. It's at Sunderland. That is actually a soccer stadium first, and 44,000 people expected for the opener for the World Cup. South Africa also playing in the tournament. They will play on Sunday. They play against Brazil, their first round-robin game. They're in a pool that they also play against Italy and France. So interesting Women's World Cup that starts in England. So that's international sports news for today. I hope you have a great sport day and sport weekend. We'll talk international sport again on Monday. Goodbye.